up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New York Jets. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
6:37.
Carr going to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing now is Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Hey, Charlie, you ain't doing nothing today. 57's Mike. What's up?
Carr now on first down. Well, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And for right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw complete to Herndon.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
3 bucks.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Mike, 57. Base. 29. 57 to Mike.
Hey, Delta.
Watch the boot.
Now Carr. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's get off the field.
From midfield, here's Carr. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
One down. They can't hang with us. You're mine. It's close.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
57's right. Let's go, D.
On first down, Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Give me some. Here we go. Check 15. Check 15.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. This is first and goal from about the 8.
You go tight.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
You go tight right there. Hey, switch gears. Check. It's fresh. Move.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. David Montgomery. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14. Steelers 7.
Down. 10-2 stop.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
5.
2nd and 13. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? Later, 8. Alert 3. Hatchet. Check safety, check safety.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6 at the Jets' 35-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I got you. Check. Easy. Kill.
They go back to the ground, this time Clement. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Clement. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Man, I got you.
They'll set up to throw. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey! Wahoo! Snap!
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer.
General West. Ready?
2nd and 10. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Zoo!
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, exit!
Watch Mike.
Get it!
They'll look to throw here. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
I got you, son.
Smooth!
You're all mine, baby. Get this. You're all mine. Mike 55. Mike 55. Here we go, D. Here I hit it.
Now back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Hey, orbit!
Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Bandit.
Look at me. Zipper!
Mike 55. Check.
Now on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. On 1st down, they go with Clement again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
We're good. Check 9, check 9. Find down.
61, matchbox lights.
On 2nd down, Clement trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Lutz puts this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Down. 18 Gator.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
2nd and 11. A screen to Bell. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Hey, high 7. Shoot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams sprint to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down now, Clement. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Get the ball. Check. Fresno. Hey.
From the gun, it's Carr. Caught by Montgomery. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch the twins.
Jet bomber.
On the carry, here's Clement. Now Clement fumbled. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Good trap.
Get it.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen.
2nd and 6. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Five.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Ready? Hey, Mike 52.
Back to throw here. He's got a rifle run deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now Bell. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 10-yard line.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. From 10 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you don't have much time in the pocket. He can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Carr going to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, 734. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Express. Time go.
On 2nd down, Clement trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. To throw his Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Squeeze, double.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Protein spill. Hey, Haywood!
Mike 55!
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. He's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go!
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Topper!
57 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the Check. Express.
On first down, Clement, and he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Express. 6-18.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Back. Check three.
Express.
Come to me, it's me.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the Jets' 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You can't block me.
11-34.
57 to Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Come to
Carr. Got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw on 2nd and 10. Carr. Now they set up the screen for Clement. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Express.
Nice 57.
Hey, Raider 2. Hey, Team 6.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot.
57 to Mike. Watch 57. Hey, watch the ball.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
57's Mike. I got you, boy.
Hey, Echo.
57. Hey, watch the slant. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
You better be ready.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Now, 180.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, man up, defense.
They're going to run the draw here with Clement. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage.
And they're going to sack him again, the 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how.
But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
93.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
93.
57's Mike.
Hey, Zoom.
65, 65, 65.
Operating from the gun, Carr. He'll get this one to Switzer. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
First down.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? Express.
57.
Express.
57. Watch the back.
Hey, exit.
No.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Carl come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
57 to Mike. Let's go. 57 to Mike.
Now Carr again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Push him back. Push him back.
Carr to throw again. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. 3 down. 3 down. Ain't no way. 57 to Mike. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go.
On first down, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
734.
Again, it's Carr. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
57. Mike, go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 6-yard line. Today's final score.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jets, a win will come too late to save a losing season, but they do move to 6-9 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.